That's some good stuff. This is Psycho. Yeah, I'm here. No, it's the one between Garfield's and the old shoe place. Yeah. No, you just missed me. Come on, come back. There we go. You're late. Finchy, right?
I got caught up at work, and yeah.
Why did you want to meet?
I heard you used to run with the Blades.
I moved some stuff for them, yeah, but I wasn't at Fracture, if that's what you're asking. I don't run with them anymore.
Relax. I don't run with the joints either. I'm just looking for somebody you probably know. His name is Gats.
My name is Aaron. My name is Sarah. My name is Jayne. One rainy evening in March, I appeared on the doorstep of Dr. Liza Finch. Without a name, without a memory. But as the pieces fall into place, I'm starting to realize I don't have the blank slate I thought I did. This is Tabula Rasa.
Season 2, Episode 8, To Rid the Curse.
And I know it will kill tonight.
Hi there. You're Raphael's friends, yes? Dr. Brandon Walker.
I'm Aaron Jayne. This is Dr. Liza Finch.
Hello.
Ah, we spoke on the phone. May I ask what you're a doctor of?
Psychology. Mostly criminal, but not as much these days, I suppose.
Seems like it's a lot of amnesia and police counseling.
Well, what's life without an unforeseen shakeup every now and again? After all, here I am. But that's another story. Why don't you take a seat in this chair here, Miss Jayne?
Please, call me Aaron.
Wonderful. Aaron.
How's she doing?
Yeah, she's fine. The tea seemed to help. Hopefully she'll be able to get some sleep.
God willing.
And what about you?
I couldn't sleep if I tried. Won't be able to for a while, I think.
Baron von Pinhead here doesn't seem to be having a problem.
I'll just let Raphael sleep. He's not hurting anybody. Where did Sanvi go?
Reporting into Homeland Security, I think.
Right here. Nothing else is coming across the grid about Gats or Ganymede. They're gone as soon as they came. Did get this report from the DEA, where a woman matching Danica's description was sighted in Montana, though that might be nothing.
Seems significant, though, doesn't it?
The DEA's looking into it. We can't do anything from here. If we were in D.C.
I am not going to D.C., Agent.
Lakeisha, be reasonable. We don't have the resources here to keep your family safe.
If we leave here, Ganymede will leave too, and we'll never catch him.
I thought you wanted your boys to be safe.
They won't be unless we find him.
You gotta sort out your priorities, Lakeisha. It's gonna be one or the other at this point.
Stay out of this, Raphael.
Hey, everybody ease off.
I'm not dealing with this.
Detective below!
So what kind of name is Finchy, anyway?
A not very creative one. Why do they call you Psycho?
That seems like a question you should never ask anybody.
You seem pretty sane to me.
That is not why they call me that.
Why do they then?
It's a fairly recent acquisition to my name and reputation. But really, you don't want to know.
I'd like to someday.
Maybe you will. More likely you won't. The aided self-prescription industry isn't as safe nowadays as it used to be. Cops showing up at your place of residence, nightclubs turned into battlefields. But you wanted to know about GATS.
It's a nickname. My name is Aaron, but I was known as a Jane Doe. Raphael was the one who added the Y, actually.
Oh, he would. I knew your namesake, you know.
The Jane he dated in college.
Yeah. I like you better already, for the record. Let's get back on track here, shall we? What seems to be the problem here?
My eyes have been hurting, is all.
Hurting? In what way?
Well, sometimes.
You might want to take a seat yourself, Doctor. This is a long story.
What is?
I do this thing we call flashing.
What are you doing?
Just a little research.
Get out of there! This is mine.
Excuse me?
I mean it! Get up!
Who do you think you are, Wilson?
Someone who's on a level with you.
Oh, please. You're under my command.
Not anymore. Elevation orders.
You're not serious.
I report directly to the man himself now.
Cromwell approved this?
He did. Now, if you wouldn't mind, Meyer, I'd like you to stay off my computer.
I told you to stop calling me that.
I think I'll stick with tradition, thank you.
I'm Danica, Madeline.
Wilson.
Sure, dear.
Are we gonna have a problem here?
I don't know. Are we?
I guess we are. I'm not your little puppet anymore, nor am I backup for Sayre and Gatz and Baker and the others. I'm my own person.
Need I remind you what I'm capable of?
Need I remind you?
How's he doing?
Doing well. They seem to like him.
I can't believe it. He's actually put himself in the open. Is he at any risk from Sayre and her friends?
Not if Gatz can help it.
That's still an if. Have we heard about Ganymede?
Nothing's come over the wire since he escaped. Maybe he's lying low. May also be he's hanging out in a motel room somewhere. He did lose everything.
Except the cause.
Of course.
Well, I'll say one thing. It's different.
You're telling me.
And Dr. Finch, you'll back up these stories.
100%.
No chance her hunches are just coincidences or...
None at all.
Well, I assume you've had MRIs done?
Twice. Once in March and again in June, when the flashes were strong.
Did you bring the results along?
Oh, right here. They ran an EEG once as well.
No NIRS then.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. I'd even say it was a good idea. No idea how your eyes would have reacted to that intense beam of light. Why don't you take off the sunglasses and let me take a look?
Gatz, huh? Yeah, I knew him. A little bit. He was one of the big blade lieutenants, wasn't he? Was practically running the show by the time we brought him those guns.
Those came from you.
I helped get them in. My associate was killed shortly afterward. Shame. I always had a thing for girls with tattoos. Gatsby never cared for Arachne, though. I imagine he had a hand in it.
Do you know where I can find him?
Maybe. Let's take our time here. Fancy a hit?
Sure. Strong stuff. Thanks.
Let me ask you something. If you were one of the joints, why weren't you at Fracture?
Any luck?
No. She's got an iron will, I'll give her that.
Maybe I should talk to her.
Yeah, and maybe you shouldn't. That's a bad idea, Velasquez.
I'm inclined to agree with the captain, Detective.
Agent McGrath, listen. Just give me 5 minutes with it. Let me push her in the right direction.
Fine.
I really don't think that...
Captain, I would very much like to go home, and I could use a ride.
Excuse me?
A ride, Captain.
As you wish. You're officially off watch. Griffiths and Mulder are outside. If you do anything stupid, they are allowed to shoot you.
Yeah, alright. Thanks, boss. Agent?
I want you out of here when you're done too. Get some sleep. You're no good to protect this family the shape you're in.
Alright, you got it, other boss.
Shall we?
Yeah, your friggin' chariot awaits.
I was at a party with some friends from out of town that night. I spent the whole night freaking out that Callisto was going to have my head. I didn't hear about the shootout until the next morning on the news.
Good old Christian Holdridge.
What's he call himself? Oh, yeah, the hardest working man in news.
I met him once in a bar on 29th. He got a bit of an ego, that guy. Hell, you seem all right. If I knew of any guys from the joints who were still around, I'd ask them to back you up, but the ones who aren't in jail or dead skipped out a long time ago. Still, it's a great time to be an independent vendor in the great city of Chicago. What exactly do you want from me, then?
I want in.
Okay. So from the looks of it, you've got some kind of chemical burn on your eyes.
That's what the ER doctors told me when they found me.
I don't suppose you remember exactly what caused your blindness, do you?
No. That's one of the more important gaps.
Well, without knowing whether what may or may not be a dangerous chemical is almost sealed, for lack of a better word, underneath your cornea is causing the pain you're feeling, we're going to have to perform a test or two. Sit back, if you would. First, I'm just going to shine this light in your eye. Now, you pick up on changes in light, yes? Yeah, you're picking up on this?
Yes.
We're going to move back and forth, faster and faster, just to see if there's still anything moving and functioning behind those burns, okay? If it's just happening because your pupils don't dilate at the speeds they're supposed to, I think we can take steps for that. Even if it's just getting you stronger sunglasses or maybe an eye patch if it's just one eye.
Ooh, I always wanted to be a pirate.
No, looks like your pupils are still reacting to light, which is good. Though it means we may have to do some more aggressive tests. No, keep your eyes open now. And
let her go. There's no stopping it now. I always wanted to be a pirate.
It's not a joke. These chemicals are highly volatile.
We're chemists, Wilson. We know.
In the interest of fairness, pretending you studied chemistry at Rutgers is not the same thing as being the real thing, Scott. But Madeline is correct. You'll have to be very careful. The shipment will have to be offloaded quietly in the dead of night, so for the three of you, it will be more like the Boston Tea Party than Curse of the Black Pearl.
Or Mission Impossible instead of a Michael Bay movie.
Exactly.
So, how do we get on the boat?
Glad you asked. Take it away, Scott.
It looks like the best point for boarding is here. That's where you'll drop Sayre and I off, Wilson.
Never get to have any fun.
You get to drive the ship.
It's a dinghy. Hardly even counts as driving.
So, that's what it's like, huh?
Was I out long?
Hardly. That's fascinating stuff.
What?
I have one thing I gotta say. Let me in, let me say it, then I'll be out of your hair.
Fine. One thing. Go.
I love you.
That's it.
Let me finish, alright? I love you, and you're being stupid. Look, I realize now there's a snowball's chance in hell that there's gonna be a time when you and I are gonna be together. And it sure isn't now. But career opportunities aside, you need to go to D.C. They'll keep your boys safe.
Raphael.
What? What's left for you here, huh? Maybe the move will be tough for your mom, but bring her along too. It's a matter of time before that son of a bitch you used to be married to it comes back here again. And whoever his friend was who bailed him out, Gatz or Danica, whoever else. Then there's me, of course. I'm no good for you, Lakeisha, clearly. So, go. You know, what are you still doing here, really?
Raphael.
I mean it. Special Agent Lakeisha Bulow doesn't need to stay Detective Lakeisha Bulow who used to be Morris. Go. Live your life and let your boys live safe ones.
It's not that I hate you, Velasquez. I want you to know that.
What's not to hate? I am a messed up guy.
No, you just have your priorities at the wrong place.
You can say that again. You know what? Here, look. Let me roll up my sleeves for the first time since you've known me. Track marks. Now you know, okay? Heroin. Now? I don't have any more secrets from you. It's, feels kinda good, you know? Yeah, kinda good. You can go. Just go.
Raphael.
I gotta go sleep. Captain's orders. See you, Keisha.
You doing okay?
I'm fine.
You see anything important?
Maybe? Danica? Gatz? Some woman named Madeline. Or Wilson? Not sure if either of those was a given name. We were talking about stealing chemicals again.
What on earth were you mixed up in?
Something sleeper or terrorist?
Little vague.
Great. You're both still here. We're only getting preliminary test results back on the burns. And I don't want to jump the gun here, but I think they may be treatable.
Treatable?
You mean you could...
Yes. Aaron, under the right circumstances, and with some surgery, I think maybe we might just be able to make you see again.
In? You want in?
That's what I said. I've moved some product before.
Listen, kid. The game's changing. Powerful new forces are emerging.
I know, and I think you're on the winning side. And I want to be there too.
I mean, look. You came to the right guy. I've been here longer than anybody else because I know how the game is played. But I don't take apprentices.
I don't want to be your protege. I want to meet your bosses.
I'm my own boss.
Where do you get your product?
At your local convenience store chain. Look in the shampoo aisle for the blue and white bottle.
I just want to make some cash, and you're the guy to go to. All the other blades are gone, and I can't get back with the joints.
You're lying to me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I can tell. Comes with a psycho territory.
And what the hell does that mean?
Don't worry about that. Answers will come in time. Now tell me what you're really here for.
Fine. My dealer got busted. I was hoping to cut out the middleman by starting to do it for myself, and...
Don't lie to me, kid. I always know.
Fine. I'm looking for one of the old blades. He's much more than you think he is. He kidnapped my mother.
Well, shit. Sorry, bad man, but...
You said you know Gats.
And that's all I said.
I need your help to kill him.
Featuring the voice talents of Susan Bridges as Erin Jayne, Lynn Cullen as Dr. Liza Finch, Chris Hackney as Detective Rafael Velasquez, Kristen Bays as Detective Lakeisha Bullow, Pete Mylan as Captain Nathan Clark, James Rossi as Keith Finch, Mindy Rast Keenan as Special Agent Sanvi McGrath, Tom Stitzer as Gats, Allison Moser as Danica, Marley Norton as Madeline Wilson Kinsey, Mark Zariker as Lucas Psycho Cameron, and Richard Casto as Dr. Brandon Walker. Written by Jack Kalk. Edited by Teresa Stacy. Directed by Anna Rodriguez. Assistant Director, Mark Allen Jr. Opening theme by Her Side, written and performed by Karina Barroso. Available on iTunes. Closing theme, Back Home, written and performed by Mile96. Alien Sunset, Emerald Therapy, and Pop Metal by Audionautics.com. The Complex by Kevin MacLeod. Breaking the Silence, Dead and Buried, Green Leaves, In a Bad Way, Time Moves On, and Tumbleweed Dreams by Josh Mullen. TheTunePeddler.com. Insomnia, Morning After, and Space Camp by Josh Woodward. Produced by Pendant Productions. Tabula Rasa, created by Jack Kalk. Copyright 2014, Pendant Productions.
For more information, visit pendantaudio.com. Thanks for listening.
Something's happening to me. Next time on Tabula Rasa, Gats goes to Danica for some answers.
Scott, what if I were to tell you I know exactly how this happened?
I would say I'm not surprised. Lakeisha confides in a trustworthy source.
How long have you known?
God, I don't want him getting in trouble.
And Jayne visits Clark for some perspective.
I was hoping for your advice.
You come seeking the wisdom of the old police captain from his years of clean living or whatever.
Origins are traced and promises broken in Season 2, Episode 9 of Tabula Rasa, only at pendantaudio.com.
Paid for by McGuire for President Incorporated.